Hi everyone, I hope you're all keeping well. We approach Shemini Atzeret, and it's interesting. You look at the korbanot, the sacrifices that are brought in the Beit HaMikdash over the festival of Sukkot, and see on the first day of Sukkot, the Torah tells us they would bring in 14 cows and 7 sheep, and it was a big, fantastic fanfare. And every day of Sukkot as well, there were multiple sacrifices brought. It was an amazing sight to see. That's the first 7 days of Sukkot. Yet, you get to Shemini Atzeret. It was a bit toned down. It was a bit less. 1 cow, a couple of sheep, not much. What's the big difference? The rabbis tell us that Shemini Atzeret, to some extent, is a festival unto itself attached to the end of Sukkot. But why? What's going on? It's connected, but it's not connected. What's happening? I was reading a fantastic article by the author Sathnam Sanghera in the Times magazine. The article was titled Me and My Lodgers. Now Sathnam was a single man who'd been living by himself for the last 10 years. And just before lockdown, his 2 Generation Z nieces moved in with him. And lockdown came along, they stayed with him. And he wrote about them and their time together a couple of times. And it was really a very interesting read, how he adapted his life and changed, and everything was different with 2 20 plus girls staying in his house. Going out was very different. What he needs to buy was very different. Whereas beforehand he would buy healthy food and not too many snacks. Now he had to buy chocolates and this and that. And it's a fantastic read, the whole article. It gives great insight into the different sort of lives he held before and after. But he writes in the article, there was a 2-week break where his 2 nieces went to house sit for one of his neighbours. And he got his house back to himself. And he really enjoyed it, he liked it. He missed that tranquility of being alone. But at the same time, he missed the girls. He missed being with them. He missed the excitement and the drama that came along with it. So which one is it? Which one do we want? If we count the sacrifices of the cows that are brought on Sukkot, there were 70. Altogether there were 70. And the rabbis tell us in the Talmud there are 70 nations in the world. And each cow represented one nation. Sukkot is a universal festival. It's for everyone to celebrate together. As I said in previous talks, it's a festival of unity for everyone in the world to celebrate together. And that is what Sukkot was. That's what each of those sacrifices represented. Everyone gathering together to one place, being together, united. And Shemini Atzeret is one. Why is there only one? That one represents us, the Jewish nation. Alone time with God. Time by ourselves. Back to having the house to ourselves, without the noisy neighbours, without the fun and excitement. Is it necessary? Why do we do this? The Mishnah Avot, Pirkei Avot, says, Ezehu Chacham Halomed Mikol Adam. Who is a wise person? How can we know somebody's wise? One is able to learn from everyone. We see something to learn from everybody. And that is a wise person. We want to be united with everybody because there's so much wisdom to learn from everyone around us. From our friends, our neighbours, even the people we don't like so much. There's so much wisdom to learn from them. And that's amazing. But at the end of the day, yes, it's good. We learn amazing things from our neighbours, our friends and people around us. And we take it on to do as well. We take on things to do because we've seen other people do good things. And we think, yeah, that's a good idea, let's do it. And we take it on to do. Is it me doing that? Is it truly part of me doing that? Or am I just doing it because someone else is doing it? I just fall into a bit of peer pressure and therefore I'm doing that. Who is doing the action? If I am I and you are you, then I am I and you are you. If I am you and you are not am I, then I am not I and you are not you. Torah tells us, take a step back. Think about what you're doing. Don't just do something because somebody else is doing it. Don't just do it because it looks like a good thing to do. Take a step back. Have some alone time. Reflect on what you're doing. Reflect on what you've seen. Think about it. Adjust your life accordingly with what makes sense after you've had time to reflect, to look, to understand. Don't just jump in because it looks good. Think about what we're doing. That is the most important part. That little time away, the alone time, the me time. And that will truly make me a better person. I need other people to see what they're doing, to learn and to gain knowledge and wisdom from everyone around me. Then I need to make it part of me. And to make it part of me, I need to have me time. And it's my prayer and my blessing that we can use this me time truly to get to know myself, get to know yourself. Take what you've seen, take what you've learned, and truly make it part of yourself. Chag Sameach and Shabbat Shalom.